What's going on, guys? Today it's time to dive in to our Game Week 3 predictions. Before I go ahead, let me just say that this is recorded before Game Week 2 has even gone and taken place. That is because I'm going away to Liverpool and Wales for next week, so won't be able to record there, but I'm going to record it now. Might be a bit off because I'm not seeing Game Week 2, but we're going to give it a best shot anyway. So let's get into the game number 1, which is Chelsea versus Luton Town. I don't know what else to say, but it's just like, it's Luton Town versus Chelsea. I just don't see Luton Town getting a result, you know what I mean? At Stamford Bridge especially. Obviously they didn't play in Game Week 2 because of their stadium not being ready, Kenilworth Road. Chelsea, obviously they've got so much quality now. I think their team is really coming together. But I mean, I assume that I'm just going to say 3-0. I just don't see Luton really getting anywhere with this game. Next up, Bournemouth at home at the Vitality versus Tottenham Hotspur. Now, I predicted Bournemouth to finish bottom of the Premier League, which was maybe a bit of an out there statement, but I think I could have been wrong because I am liking the manager they brought in, despite I think they should have kept Gary O'Neill. It's like there's two good managers. Bournemouth at home, I mean, can Postecoglou's men beat them? I think they definitely could. I think they could. I don't think Tottenham are going to have a good season anyway. I think they're going to miss out on Europe, but I still think they can beat Bournemouth. And I think it's going to be close. I'm going to go with Tottenham 2, Bournemouth 1. Next fixture is Brentford at home versus Palace. Now, good news for Palace fans, or at least for today, as it's been confirmed that Michael Olise will stay and that he has signed a new contract. He snubbed Chelsea basically. There was a lot of interest from him from Chelsea. They put in a bid, it's been accepted, but Olise has accepted a new contract at Palace, so that's good for Palace. He is a Crystal Palace player, let's be real. He's good at the club. They do need him as well because they have lost Zaha, so he's going to be very important this season, I think. Brentford on the other hand, I don't know. I don't really know. They've not really done anything done any transfers as of recent. They just brought in Nathan Collins at the start, and then that's about it, really, isn't it? Obviously, oh yeah, and David Raya has left since Game Week 1. I don't know if it was him who played in the first game, but that is a big loss, to be fair. He's gone to Arsenal, hasn't he? So they're going to miss him, I think. I think this could be a draw. I'm going to go with Brentford 1, Palace 1. Next is Arsenal at the Emirates against Fulham, who are visiting away. Now, it's a London derby, isn't it? But I think Arsenal are going to stay strong. I think they're going to stay strong. Obviously, don't know what happened in Game Week 2 with Arsenal. I don't know. I forgot who they're playing. Who are they playing? They played Palace. Realistically, they should be winning that, and they should be winning this one as well. Despite that, Fulham have played in Game Week 1 at least. They played pretty decently against Everton. Obviously, I don't know about Game Week 2. In pre-season, they've been a bit poor, I personally think. I watched the final of that America's Cup against Chelsea, and they just weren't that good. I don't think. Not very strong out wide. Willian wasn't getting good service. Yeah, I don't know about Fulham. But Arsenal have been playing pretty well. Arsenal have been doing quite well of recent. I think Arsenal will win this. I think they will. I'm going to say Arsenal 2, Fulham 0. Next is at Old Trafford, and it's Forest versus Manchester United. Now, Anthony Elanga can't play in this game, which is unfortunate because obviously he's on loan from United, but I think he's been, at least for Game Week 1, and I'd assume Game Week 2, he's been quite important for Forest. Not to have him, I think, would be a massive miss, but despite this, I like what, I forgot the manager's name, what's his name? I like what he's doing. Steve Cooper. I like what Steve Cooper's doing. He's a decent manager in my opinion. He's doing a good job at Forest. I like the project. I like what they've done. But this United side is strong. This is a very strong United side under a great manager, Eric Ten Hag. You've got players like Lisandro Martinez. You've got Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, Onana. If everyone's on form, that is a team that can really thrive. Now, against Wolves, they weren't great. They really weren't that good against Wolves. They got lucky to win. Wolves outplayed them massively, but I still think they can win this. They definitely should win this anyway. Part of me wants to say a draw, you know. I might do, yeah. Go on, I'm gonna go United 2, Forest 2. That's a bit of a shocker, but let's go with that. Next up is Everton at Goodison, and it is versus Wolverhampton. Now, both teams suffered the same issue in game week 1. Everton against Fulham had so many chances, chance after chance for dominating the game, chance after chance after chance, but they just couldn't finish, and they lost 1-0 because of a break or something or whatever, to call Ravid. And Wolves against United, chance after chance after chance, completely controlled the game, and that's what Gary O'Neill does, attacking football. But again, they just couldn't finish, and United got a break and scored. It's just they need to start finishing chances. I think this could be a very exciting game. I think it could be. It's either a game that's full of goals or it's a game that has no goals. I think this will be a good game. I'm going to go with Wolves 2, Everton 1, sadly. Next up is Brighton at the Amex versus West Ham United. Now, I think this will be a good game. I like both teams. Obviously, West Ham could be losing Paquetá, which is a massive loss in my opinion. I mean, when this video is out, it could already be done. They could have already lost him, Lucas Paquetá. But I think they've invested well with Edson Alvarez. Flynn Downs is a good youngster that I am excited for. Hopefully he will play quite a lot of football this season. But yeah, West Ham, they've also got Europa League this season along with Brighton. There's two teams that have got Europa League, which is interesting. Brighton, obviously the opening game against Luton, João Pedro did impress in my opinion. It did impress. Not much else really to be said. I think Brighton will win this. It's a winnable game for Brighton. I'm going to say Brighton 3, West Ham 1. We have Sheffield United at home versus Manchester City. Well, the Sheffield United game is the only game of Game Week 2 that's been played so far that I've seen. They lost to Nottingham Forest, I think it was 3-2 or it was 2-1 or something, I can't remember. Yeah, I think it was 3-2. But, I mean, they scored in that game twice, so they've done well there. They've actually done a decent job there, I suppose. But, despite this, it's Man City. Away from home or not, at home or not, at the Etihad, wherever you are, it's Man City. What can you do? Especially if Sheffield United being one of the weakest teams in this league against one of the strongest teams in the world. Like, what are you supposed to do as Sheffield United right now? I can't imagine what the manager's thinking about this game. It's just going to be difficult for them. It's going to be really difficult. All we've got to do is try and survive, try and just nick points, but I just don't think it's happening against City. I'm sorry, but I think they're going to get absolutely hammered. I'm going to go Manchester City 6, Sheffield United 0. We have Burnley at home at Turf Moor against Aston Villa. Unai Emery's men travelling to Burnley. Now the first game wasn't good for Emery. I've not seen the second one. If things stay as is, that's not going to be good. Burnley are a good team. They're coming up. Obviously Vince Kompany, a bit of an upcoming manager, did well in the Championship, and I think he's going to do a pretty good job in the Premier League. Now the problem is I just don't see really star players for Burnley that can shine in the Premier League. There's good quality players, good youngsters, just not good players that are going to get you loads and loads of goals. Aston Villa on the other side, you've got really quality players. Unai Emery's done a brilliant job. Pau Torres, Moussa Diaby, Yuri Tielemans, Matthew Cash, Martinez, World Cup winners in that squad. I want to say Burnley are going to get a result here, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I think it will be a decently close game. I'm going to go Aston Villa 1, Burnley 0. It's going to be close, I reckon. Here we have a game at St Mary's, and it's Newcastle versus Liverpool. A long travel for Liverpool fans across England. Newcastle really impressed in their first game. these first 3 fixtures for them have been really hard. Aston Villa, Man City and Liverpool. Obviously I've not seen the Man City result yet right now as I'm speaking, so I don't know how that has went. But regardless, Newcastle are such quality. They have such quality in their team this season. But the same goes for Liverpool. The only problem I see, they've not been good at buying players. I mean, they've brought in that Endo guy. I don't know how good he's going to be. I don't want to bring age into it, but he is 30, coming into the Premier League for his first time. He only moved away from Japan about 3 years ago, which is not much for a 27-year-old central midfielder that is now playing for Liverpool. Not got much experience in the top leagues, has he? He was captain in Stuttgart for a bit, but he wanted to move to the Premier League, and that's what he got. I don't know if this is a good signing or not. I've not really seen much of him play. I just heard about him. Obviously they failed on signing Moises Caicedo and Romeo Lavia. Chelsea hijacked both of them deals. This is it's a really hard game to predict because they're both really quality teams. It could go either way. Let's be honest, it could go either way. But I think I'm going to back Newcastle. I think I am going to back Newcastle. It's going to be so tight, but I will say Newcastle win this game 2-1, which would be what a result that would be for them. Now that is the end of this predictions video. I hope you have enjoyed. Am I a mug? Am I a genius? Guess we'll find out, won't we? Leave a comment down below what you think of these predictions. Comment your own predictions, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.